So what was that state of play yesterday? We may as well start calling this stuff state of decay because gaming is rotting. I'm not even talking about from like a social, ideological, political standpoint. I know that's a lot of what I cover, but I haven't seen a single person on X talk about it being a good state of play. I haven't seen the vast majority of games getting love. They've all been mixed at best. This is what Sony's coming to the table with, and more than anything, no one is surprised by that. So welcome back to Words Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and we're going to get into this because this was abysmal. I mean, they opened up with this Concord game, which, like, the chat, I don't know if any of you guys watched it live. I watched it live, and from the moment the trailer started, the chat was inundated with people just typing L. Like, it was just a constant influx. There was almost 500,000 people watching. There was like 360 something thousand people watching at the time of start. And almost, I swear to God, 75 to 80% of the chat was just spamming L as it was like it was like a typewriter click with just L and L, like that scene from The Shining where, you know, Jack has just been typing the same thing over and over every page. It was like that, but with the letter L. It was honestly amazing. And now people are freaking out about, oh, you know, pronouns in the bio. Oh, look at these heroes, they've got pronouns, you know, Anchor, she, her, even the robot has a he, him pronoun. I don't even care about that. I mean, I do. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's retarded. I think that is clearly just another case of a modern agenda and political and ideological leanings being shoved into video games. But that to me doesn't even matter as much as the fact that, oh, look, another Overwatch / Apex clone. Like, it's just another generic hero shooter that looks like it's so desperately wants to be a weird crossover between Warhammer 40k and Guardians of the Galaxy. Who was asking for this again? Like, where is the market for this? First of all, we got 2 of these during the showcase because we also got the Marvel Rivals showcase, which, oh look, Overwatch, but with Marvel superheroes, in case you wanted to give your money to Disney / Marvel, in case you weren't already tired of giving your money to the corrupt, disgusting, broken Blizzard Corporation. Instead, you can send your hard-earned cash to Disney / Marvel. Why do people keep making these generic hero shooters when they're quite literally the laughingstock of the internet? Yeah, there's going to be a battle pass. Oh, look, every week there's going to be a new vignette of the cinematic trailers for the heroes that nobody cares about. They're talking about where are the white characters. Dude, I don't care there's got no white characters. We've been saying over and over. Our side has been saying, hey, if you want to make that stuff, go make that stuff. Quit changing existing IPs. Quit remaking games. Quit making sequels to franchise and legacy IPs, and then changing everything, making it progressive, making it woke. By all means, everyone that I know has said you're free to do your own thing. That doesn't mean the free hand of the market's going to accept it. This is dead on arrival trash, both from just a gameplay and a market fatigue standpoint, as well as an ideological standpoint. This is going to appeal to nobody save for the vast minority of individuals out there who are just obsessed with this type of game. Did you not learn from Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League? That is based off an existing IP, a massive IP, and it failed. Within the first week, it was down to like, what, less than 600 concurrent players? And that's based off something as famous as DC Comics. You think that this is gonna get people hyped? Bro, nobody cares about this. But it's not even about Marvel Rivals and the generic hero shooters. It's not just about Concord. The highlight of the showcase was a Dynasty Warriors game. Now, that's not me throwing shade. Your boy loves Dynasty Warriors. I'm actually glad to see Dynasty Warriors coming back. But let's be honest, let's actually be intellectually honest with one another. Bro, Dynasty Warriors is a B-tier franchise at best. I mean, at best. It's not one of those hard-hitting. Dynasty Warriors ain't Resident Evil. Dynasty Warriors ain't Street Fighter. Dynasty Warriors ain't Halo. Dynasty Warriors is at best a B-tier franchise. When you got a B-tier franchise being the highlight of the entire showcase, what does that mean? Oh, well, they had Monster Hunter. All right, they had Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter looks fine, I guess. Even Monster Hunter, I'm not seeing a lot of hype for around the internet. I see a lot of people simping for that female character they showed off, which, hey, good on you, Capcom. You can still actually make, physically attractive female characters in modern day gaming. That's more than I can say for Silent Hill 2, but we'll get into that here in a moment. But yeah, people simping over a hot female character ain't exactly anything new on the internet. So what is Monster Hunter Wilds actually going to offer? And even so, we were talking about Dynasty Warriors being a B-tier franchise. Monster Hunter is too, in the grand scheme of Capcom IPs at least. I mean, again, Capcom has got some flagship IPs. They got Mega Man, they got Resident Evil, they got Street Fighter, they got Devil May Cry. And, okay, they also have Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter's pretty high up there, but if you walk up to any average Joe on the street and ask them what they're more familiar with, like Resident Evil, Street Fighter, or Monster Hunter, bro, 90% of the average folk are gonna say Resident Evil and Street Fighter. But and speaking of Resident Evil, we'll go ahead and get off into this tangent of horror games. Silent Hill 2, dude, does anybody care? Like Silent Hill 2, there are two categories of individuals talking about Silent Hill 2. Morons that have never played the original, so they don't know any better. People that are looking at Silent Hill 2 and thinking, oh my god, this is amazing, I love it, I can't wait. And then people like your boy here who actually grew up playing the original, grew up playing it back in 2001 when it came out, and thinks, whoa, bro, how could they miss the mark this hard? This looks garbage. I mean, first of all, again, I'm not going to focus too much on the social and political stuff because, frankly, gaming is in a decay with or without that, but this is pretty interesting. So we got this consultation company right here, another Sweet Baby Inc., another Black Girl Gamers, who, here's who their clients include. Oh, look at that. Sensitive issue assessment. Our team assesses the risk factors and depictions of character from underrepresented groups, themes, and potential community. Bitch, it's a horror game. Like, what do you mean? You need a sensitivity reader for a horror game? Hold on, let me lay it out for you. Do you guys know the story of Silent Hill 2? Well, if you don't, your boy's about to spoil it. Why? Because the game came out in 2001, so if you haven't played it by now, you were never gonna. But hear how the story goes. Homeboy is trapped in an existential nightmare that's come to physical reality, being Silent Hill, because he fucking suffocated his wife who was dying of cancer because he was too weak to take care of her anymore. And because of this, all of his guilt and sin is now given rise to a physical manifestation that is Silent Hill. Silent Hill as punishment for the fact that you were playing as someone who murdered his own wife. And they're doing it in the most psychologically damaging, horror-filled way possible. And you're gonna get sensitivity readers for that? Oh, hell no. I knew this game was dead on arrival for real gaming fans when Konami announced like a year ago that they were toning down the horror from the original version because modern audiences couldn't handle that level of horror. So yeah, I watched the gameplay trailer as well as cinematic trailer for Silent Hill 2 Remake. And there is literally nothing about it that just gives me the chills, gives me the willies like the original. Man, I pop on the original Silent Hill 2. I've beat that game 4, 5, 6 times, something wild throughout my life. I recently did a replay of it like a year and a half ago was my most recent playthrough because your boy's a massive Silent Hill fan, massive horror game fan in general. And there are moments in that game, despite me knowing, all the routes and all the paths, that still make me nervous and uneasy. Been playing the game for 20 years. And this new version, it's got nothing. Oh, no, sorry, it doesn't have nothing. It got this. They got this fat bitch right here. I mean, look what they did to Maria. Like, this is again, one Twitter fan after 5 minutes. The uglification of women in gaming is insane. But then you got, oh, look at this. It's amazing. This is not a self-insert. The person on the right is the head of Sony third-party relations. The modern gaming industry just wants to make ugly women the norm and to melt our eyes out. That's the point of my tweet. I mean, look at this, bro. Compare this to the original game. Like this right here. You can say this does not even look like the same woman. You can tell here she is clearly feminine. Again, I mean, this is a bad quality of it because that's PS2 era. But here we go. We got this again. A lot of folks sharing the same photo over and over. But tell me you wouldn't prefer the chick on the right to this monstrosity on the left. And this is what they want to tell us normal women look like. No, I've seen a lot of normal women. Normal women don't look like this. Now, fringe leftist individuals who care about things like modern day feminism, identity politics, they look like this, but they are not what I would describe as normal. And also, it's not just about Silent Hill, going this progressive left-leaning route. Take a look at the gameplay. It's like Konami took all their cues from the recent Resident Evil remake. So for one, Konami just straight ripping off Capcom, but they're not even doing it well. Because those are action games. I don't want my Silent Hill to be an action game. I saw the way that Harry was able to just start, he pulled out the shotgun, started gunning down the nurses, then pulled out his pipe, jacked her in the face, and then stepped on her head. Bro, what? How am I supposed to feel any tension when a homeboy coming at this like Leon freaking Kennedy, who at least has an excuse to act the way he does because he's a trained goddamn U.S. agent, at least by Resident Evil 4 he is. But no, you're trying to make Silent Hill a Resident Evil game? Look, I like Resident Evil more. Resident Evil is my favorite franchise of all time. But between the two, Silent Hill was always scarier because, man, you had even more limited resources. Most of your attacks were melee weapons, at least early on in the game, which really heightened the level of fear. The camera angles did so much for it. The fog effects did so much for it. Now they're just doing the Resident Evil 2 route of everything's dark, here's a flashlight. But it didn't look scary, it just looked annoying. Like, there was literally nothing in the gameplay trailer that I thought, hey, this is a step up from the original. I got literally zero interest in this, despite the fact that horror games are my favorite genre of all time. But hold on. Let's not just talk about Silent Hill. Whoa, PlayStation Network account will be required to play the newly announced PC version of God of War. Once again, why we need a PSN account to play a single-player game? But on top of all of that, who was even asking for God of War Ragnarok to come to PC? I'm speaking as a PC gamer. Was there demand for this? Sure, Bloodborne is a meme at this point, but at least there's like legitimate demand for it from individuals who want to see a PC port. No one has been, to my knowledge, has been asking for a PC port of God of War Ragnarok. I don't mind PlayStation throwing their sloppy seconds on PC. To me, it's A-okay. More games for more players. Hey, if this is your bag, absolutely get it. But don't advertise it in a state of play like it's some massive announcement. This is a literal years-old game at this point that you're putting on Steam. An article would have done. An announcement on X would have done. You literally took resources away from a state of play for new IPs or games that we actually care about, just to say, by the way, this old game that, frankly, is not actually that good to begin with, is coming to PC. Alright, awesome. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think you guys used a spot on State of Play to announce that for Ratchet & Clank. You just threw Ratchet & Clank on there and made like an announcement on Twitter or whatever. Why not do the same with God of War Ragnarok? Because they got nothing. They need to fill time. So to fill time, they're making this big production out of an old God of War game coming to PC. It's maddening. I mean, like, Astrobot, I guess, was cool. For all you PlayStation fanboys out there that need something, okay, I will give you Astrobot. Astrobot looks like an awesome, fun throwback to the golden days of PS2 platformers like Ratchet & Clank, like Sly Cooper, like Jak and Daxter. Dude, we need more of those. I'm A-okay with more of those. I mean, it's an absolute shame that that's the best that we can do is Dynasty Warriors and a throwback to classic eras of gaming when gaming was actually good. And the fact that it's a sequel to a game that I'm pretty sure comes pre-installed on your PS5 so you have something to play after you just dropped $500 and can't afford a game because we're in a recession. Thanks, Joe Biden. Like, I'm truly at a loss for, and by the way, back to horror, Until Dawn. Until Dawn. I love Until Dawn. But they literally, it was quite literally just a better looking game. Like, the trailer showed us nothing. What is the point of Until Dawn getting its remake or remaster? The original PS4 game, for one, looks brilliant. It still holds up to this day. So you're just getting a slightly prettier version of it. The lighting looked a bit different. Literally nothing else was changed. I'm at a loss as to what the need is for. So not only did you waste your time on saying, hey, we're porting over an old PS4 or PS5 game to PC, but you wasted time in the state of play also showcasing Until Dawn, a game that's like not even maybe 10 years old, again, still looks gorgeous, is also, let's be real, it's basically a playable movie. It's literally just a movie you play through. It is Walking Simulator, the game, with multiple different endings, sort of like Detroit Become Human for those that haven't played it. Like, how are people accepting that this is modern gaming, whether it be from a marketing standpoint, whether it be from an actual gameplay standpoint, whether it be from the woke, political, social, ideological standpoint? It is an absolute mess. I mean, dude, I could go on and on about this. I've been ranting for 14 minutes, I just realized, and didn't even see how long I've been going. This is all just off the dome. I didn't have jack prepared, with the exception of some of the tweets I pulled up discussing the state of play yesterday. That is how insane it is. Homeboy can just turn on a camera, start ranting. I have you know, I stopped playing video games in 2018 for a while because I was so fed up with the industry. And after a couple years, I got back into it. I was like, okay, Maybe now there's more than just Nintendo doing shit. Because back in 2018, gaming, if you don't remember, was in just a sorry, disgusting state. So unless it was a new Resident Evil game, or a new Capcom game in general, or a new Nintendo game, your boy was outski, done, gonzo. I didn't buy almost any new product except maybe some like anime games and some JRPGs. But as a whole, from like 2018 to like 2020, 2021, I was just out of AAA gaming. 2022 rolls around, and I got back into it. Shit was getting good again. And now here we are, back in a state that is worse than 2018. Man, I ain't even proud to call myself a gamer anymore because that shit's just lame. It's weak. If this is what accounts for gamers nowadays, Zoomers defending stuff on X when they have no context of what gaming used to be, and the industry trying to shove modernity down our throats despite the fact that it's selling like piss poor products, where do we even go from here? Who actually gave a shit about state of play? How can you defend almost anything from state of play? And what are we gonna do to change this? I'm genuinely curious, because not enough of you are voting with your wallets, not enough of you are out there throwing a fit because the industry keeps doing this. So I'm gonna need you guys to make some changes. We're all gonna have to make some changes, but those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, not always about video games and the gaming industry, but anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos for me to react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved in the discourse with over 70 other vital idols. It is a large, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to continue building, because the only diversity we care about is diversity of thought. So if you're into that, join the Discord, subscribe, and until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.